Just keep sliding that on in, don't you?
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
And I got to give it to you a little bit more.
What's wrong with you?
What?
Tonight.
What? Calm the fuck down.
If I can get a quickie in.
I'm your huckleberry.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother.
You better go somewhere and beat your meat.
Bullshit.
I played with it earlier this week when I was giving out the love messages.
Disgusting behavior. It is a sickness.
Back is good. Ass is good. All
I
good.
think I'm gonna bend you over my knee and turn that fat ass red now.
You know what they say? See a broad to get that booty yak 'em? Leg her down or smack 'em, yak.
What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy!
You gotta give him that hawk. A bullshit?
I'm your huckleberry.
You're the kind of woman that I could give a lot of game. As much as you retire, love, well, maybe you don't have to ask. And I'd give you love. You're the kind of woman that I could give a lot of game. As much as you retire, love, well, maybe you don't have to ask. And I'd give you love. Hey, that's that jam. I'll buy your clothes.
just keep sliding that on in, don't you?
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
And I gotta give it to
I'm your huckleberry.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
You look like somebody just.
He stays in my mouth.
Yo. Yo. What up? Peace, power, prosperity to the village gang. You know how it does it over here. Welcome back to another session. We're hanging out in the town square. I say the usual suspects are in here already, doing your thing, being polite, doing what y'all do. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit tonight. You hear me? Figure it the fuck out. Figure it the fuck out. Shout out to all the supporters. Tonight we're about to do a review, right? Why are you yelling in my chat? Hey, somebody time. Oh fuck, you can't time on that person. Somebody put that thing on something. Put a silencer on that fucking keyboard or something. Rude. But we got a review tonight, right? And we want to be reviewing Dee Dee. So Dee Dee is a woman that does a show. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. It's pretty clean. Dee Dee reminds me of like how clean she does it and how, let's say, slick smooth is Candace Owens level of clean and smooth, right? Production as well, conversation is well, articulation, pronunciation, enunciation. Beautiful product over there. So if y'all don't know Dee Dee, Village Gang, go over there and shout out Dee Dee. Mod drop Dee Dee in there. I've been watching Dee Dee for a long time. What triggered me to do this one was she put a panel together of some dope characters. Some really dope characters. Some dope women. So that's what I'm doing today. That's what I'm about to watch. Say please. Do your job, mods. God damn it. He's so damn rude. Why my mods are like women? It's so damn fucking rude. Goss, what up, boy? You already know. Generals, wolves. This is not one of them joints. Do not objectify these women. Relax. This is gonna be cool. From what I've seen, I only caught the tail end of the show when Thighs was there, Sandra was there, Dee Dee, obviously, it's her show. Rose was there. And I only know Rose because Rose is on my IG. So that's how I know Rose. And there was like two other ladies that was there hanging out. The tail end was dope enough for me to try to check it out. So we're about to check it out together. I gotta let me boost the play speed 1.5 for now. We got the big logical in the fucking town square. What up, Dolly? Take it or not. All right. Okay. I see what we're doing tonight. When your mods turn on you, it's a motherfucker in it. I'll just share it. It's loaded. Boom. And we in. Yo, like, share, subscribe, dog. What are y'all doing? They go die. Look at Dies right here. Look at Dies. Hair all coiffed. Sandra. I know Smell the Roses from IG, like I said earlier. But I know Dee Dee because I've been watching Dee Dee. I don't know Carmen JC, and Red Talk Anna. Yeah, Red Talk Anna. Look at Dies. Well, we'll for sure personally. You two personally, right? We know Sandra for sure. And we know Dies, what are you doing? Are you on that couch? You know what? I'm gonna get on your motherfucking ass later on about being on this damn couch looking like that. But your hair looks extremely nice. And you got the highlights in there. You're trying to trap something. I'm gonna tell your husband, boyfriend, I'm gonna tell him.
So I am back with with the first ladies live stream, you guys. We have some gorgeous women here who are going to share their perspective, and I'm so excited about this live stream. We're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna also talk about some things that y'all are interested in. So we're gonna hop right into it, you guys. Make sure as you come.
No, I absolutely believe it. I absolutely believe it because we on the IGs, but I never. I'm a bang on her on YouTube. Thank you. I absolutely believe it. Absolutely believe it.
Come into the building, you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. It is free to like, share, and also if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right. And also as you come in, hit the like button. And if you want to support the channel, you can support via super chat or cash app. All right. All of the ladies' channels and their Instagrams or whatever will be posted in the description. So make sure you go over and subscribe to them, follow them, show them some love. So we gonna get started.
Why Sandra look Chinese sometimes? Sandra, we need to do a DNA test on you.
Let's start from the top. Red Anna Talk. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them where to follow you?
Hey guys, it's your girl. It's me. It's Anna. You know, I go under Red Talk Anna. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. That's where you gonna find me.
Oh, Thighs is in here now. Oh, now you want to be on probation and come back to the gang? No. You just say, yeah, I was happy. I wasn't too happy about that. But the way my husband said it, I couldn't. No, man, I'm just giving you some sticks, man. You know you're good. Mob, what up, gangster?
Yeah.
Yo, let me get this out the way right now. This is what you call a charcuterie. What do you call it? A charcuterie board, a smorgasbord. A beautiful fucking woman. This is insane. Shout out to them. Fuck that. All right, let me start the show. I'm ready to start the show. All right. Yo, he and I, that's him, Slim Trim, and I'm built to win. I am Granny's baby. I'm numero uno. I'm the real McCoy that brings laughter and fucking joy. Yo, once again, I have the absolute pleasure to be here with y'all, hanging out on a fucking Saturday night, Saturday evening, or maybe a Sunday morning, wherever you're watching from. Humbled and most gracious host. I promise you I'll never do the least. And I also promise you at the same time, I'll never try to do the fucking most. He and that's him. I am here. That round of applause is not for me, but it's for y'all. This is Dee Dee. Had a first female panel. We're talking about who is responsible for the things that we have going on in the community, right? When it comes specifically, you didn't hear this. Did y'all hear that fucking applause? Jesus Christ. Baby asses. No sounds. Could you even hear me talking? All right, cool. Well, y'all had a round of applause. I'm a gang member. You feel me? I throw it up for the set. You feel me? Anytime a motherfucker wanna ride, you feel me? I put on my bandana and my skimmy. You feel me? My poo shiesties, and I'd be sliding on the block in my old school Cadillac. Queen of Dies. Shout the fuck out, dog. What a fucking intro. Guys, that was a fucking monster intro. Guys. No, I want to hear Di's intro one more time.
And I don't necessarily make content right now, but eventually in the future, I hope to become a YouTuber. So you can follow me on YouTube as well. All right. So we're gonna hop right in, y'all. So y'all see the question that I have at hand. The first question. Follow me on YouTube as well. I'm Queen of Vibes. Yeah.
Not my motherfucking dog. My dog got the banger intro. Yo. Dies. Intro, banger.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
I love it.
And I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna give you some bang that shit.
Thank you.
Queen of Vibes. Tell them where to find you. Hey guys, I'm Queen of Vibes, and you guys can find me on Instagram. And I don't necessarily make content right now, but eventually in the future, I hope to become a YouTuber. So you can follow me on YouTube as well. All right. So we're gonna hop right in, y'all. So y'all,
what a humble, sweet intro, man. Queen usually got some points in my list. Yes, some more points.
See the question that I have at hand. The first question is, who do you guys think are responsible for the?
We got vid and we got sound. Tell me what we got vid and sound right now, and we rolling. Because you know StreamYard be on fuckery. Some would have wrote me another day talking about it. Oh, yo. We good? Are we rolling? Vid and sound. Hell yeah.
Divide amongst women, black men and women in our communities. And why do you think there is such a divide? Whoever wants to start, you can go. But I want to start there because, of course, I want to get into.
Relax. These are good. These are women. These ain't the other categories. These are women.
What Carmen speaks a lot about too, because she's very, she goes in deep. That's why I like her what she says. But before we get into the degeneracy of the women in our communities, who do you think is responsible for the divide amongst women and men? Because that's what it seems to be. This gender war between women and men. Who do you think is more responsible? Do you think it's the men in the community, the women, or who?
Prior to any answers, when women decided that they like men that had a lot of rocks, cavemen went out there and decided to go find a whole lot of rocks. For the reason of popping shit and primality, right? Being primal, men have been motivated by the things that women are motivated, by the things that women say that they are attracted to. So when the cave woman decided that she wanted a man with 1,000 rocks. He was more attractive. Then men decided to go hunt to find 1,000 rocks. Is it? We're moving.
I want to start.
I actually think that it's led by a lot of women, because a lot of women lead a lot of the culture as far as social media.
Right.
You know, I think that the women are the elders kind of put the piss in the poo. Excuse my language. You know, they raise their daughters with fear. So, you know, we out here, you know, with fear. People are being lazy. They're letting their daughters be lazy. That's why you see bonnets every 5 minutes and pajamas and Crocs and socks. I mean, we outside looking lazy. We outside looking like we don't care. Like we just rolled over and said, somebody get my house shoes. I mean, I think it starts with the women. The women are the ones that kind of mold the things. I honestly do think that.
I agree with that. I think it's the women too. The women are we're the nesters, right? So like we make our homes, you know, or we make them, you know, prisons of some sort. You know, I think most people are out acting like they've been grown up in a prison, you know, like with the Crocs thing and not caring about, you know, their appearance. It's I think it comes from the women. Like when the women have a higher standard, then it's like everybody else raises to that standard. And when it's low, then everybody just, you know, does the low thing. But until women start, you know, getting under some instruction and, you know, falling under a man, not so to speak, a man, maybe like listening to your father, you know, or the brothers in your family that tell you, you know, these things that you're doing are not conducive for the greater good of the family or the communities that they're in. I mean, yeah, everything is pee popping, and anything that's fun is good, and anything that is, you know, anything that you have to work hard and strive for is boring and mundane, and they don't really put any thought into it like their appearance. So yeah, you get that from your mom, I think, or you don't.
Yeah. Go ahead, Carmen. I want to hear what Carmen has to say about this. Who do you think is the problem?
So I would say, as soon as Black women align themselves with the government, it's been downhill since then. And what happened, it seems that Black women are in control of the community. So you can try to blame Black men and say that it's Black men's fault, but Black men simply don't control the community. They're simply not raising the children. And Black women don't listen to Black men. Black women think that they run Black men, and Black men should listen to them, even though they're voting 92% for one candidate. So it shows you that Black women doesn't have the leadership, and they don't raise the best children. And until Black women change, I like to tell people this, until Black women make a difference in the community with their children, with the decisions that they make, as far as allowing the men back in. It doesn't even have to be Black men, just allow men back in. These women are just single. It's not even like they just don't date Black men. They're just single. Nobody wants to date them. And it's because of their attitude. It's because of how they carry themselves. It's this clique-like behavior that they exhibit. And the not being able to be corrected, that is the main one. And on top of that, they don't respect anyone. So as long as we keep seeing that, it's going to continue to be a problem in the Black community. So you can say it's both, but ultimately, like I said, the women are in control.
Who is this woman right here? Who is this woman right here? The point was made. Articulate. Okay. All right. Carmen JC. Fear is. Oh, y'all jacking it? Are y'all jacking it? She's a. Ooh. Ooh, shit.
So do you think that it's going to be up to the women to change it and make it, if it's going to get better?
It's going to have to be the women, because if the women don't change their mind about, like, first getting off of all of this government assistance, allowing these men back in their homes and allowing them to have a say so with their children, that's part of the problem. These women think that they have all the answers. Until I essentially like to say that they have to soften their hearts. Until Black women are able to soften their hearts and allow these men back in the home, it's not going to get better. If Black women don't change, the community is done.
Also, I see a lot of women even correcting their the father in front of the kids as if he's one of the kids. See it all the time.
Every society, right, has this comprehension of where we do our pieces and our parts. So this new argument about gender roles, right, is weird as fuck. So when Carmen is saying women are the ones that's leading this thing into the fucking gutter, is because tree fitting. What up, dog? Because black men have been constantly fucking beaten into the fucking ground to look at black women like they're the fucking leadership of fucking something. It's never been that fucking way. The only community in this fucking planet that looks towards the fucking woman to lead some shit is the fucking black community. Look at any other fucking society, any ethnic group ever, wherever the fuck it existed at any fucking time since God came down, and God, before God, whatever the fuck you want to believe, let's be fucking honest. This matriarchal system of black women is only exists in black people's life. It doesn't exist in white people's life. I don't know why the fuck people get lost and can't comprehend that this thing was designed in a certain way, because as soon as black men start really acquiescing to each other and getting shit down and putting shit in frame and putting foundation down, shit gonna fucking change. But systematically, that's been already designed. So the system was designed already to remove him. And at the same time, it was meant to empower her. For the failure and the destruction of it, because togetherness is what is where the system itself has to deal with people being in unity and moving in sync. The separation point. You know what? I'm gonna do a show about all the points of separation that are given to humanity today. Everybody today is being fucking separated at some fucking point for some fucking reason. And I'm gonna fucking fire that bitch. I'm telling you, I'm gonna fire that bitch soon. Stand by. I'm gonna fire that separation conversation soon. What I'm saying right now is this. This is absolutely correct into the T. So shout out to Carmen JC. I think it's JC. Carmen JC, thank you for saying it so fucking plain and 1 to 2. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, plus another 1, you get a 4. Thank you. And thank you for Dee Dee for putting this panel together and making this shit so seamless.
I mean, we are living in a state of it's like no correction. It's like no correction boulevard. It's like I just told a woman the other day, quit correcting your husband in front of your daughter. A lot of women don't even allow their father of their children that they pick to lay down with to give any rules or any structure.
And then what I also noticed is that it's not even just black men. It seems like any person, regardless of how they look, try to correct them or at least give them the opportunity to self-reflect or any of that. They'll find any reason to shut you out and be like, this conversation ain't even got nothing to do with you, or why you trying to tell us black women how we supposed to, and even their own, like even one of us, they'll find a way to deflect on when we try to correct them.
True.
That's true.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Dies for setting that fucking nuclear bomb in it. Dies, you know what? Dies, you're getting some points out of this bitch. You heard me?
The sisterhood, bonnet crew, traveling hands, like come on. The sisterhood is just ridiculous. It's just insanity. You know what I mean? Because you're only good in a sisterhood if you agree with everything that they say. The minute you have pushback, or the minute that you have something that they don't agree with, oh, you're a pick me. What I call pick me nation. We all probably pick me's, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
Because we don't agree with what we're seeing in the community, and especially amongst black women. Sandra, did you go ahead answer that question?
The thing about it, Dee Dee, is when you start looking at things, it's the few people that actually live correct versus the let's say the broader spectrum of fuckery, right? Remember, if we're gonna talk about biblical shit, right? There was Sodom, Gomorrah, them things exist, right? And they asked, and blood was like, yo, God, give me a chance to find good people to not wash my city out. You smell me? So there's always going to be a minuscule people that actually align with these things. Now, what we're dealing with today in 2000 in this modern world is the hyper. It's hyper pushed, like whoredom and chasing the bag and losing your soul. Yo, M Love, what up, G? My man. I saw you earlier. I wasn't being disrespectful. My man. It's everything from outside is being pushed instead of the things that we really need, like grounding, right? Like being really connected to yourself and finding your soul and being solid inside so you can be solid with somebody else and y'all two could come together and create something, right? Over here we have the village. So village gang shit is what we do. We bang with the village gang and we comprehend that it's okay to be a village. We comprehend that each household is a household, but at the end of the day, the village comes together and we come together, and what we do over here is we sharpen iron. Iron sharpens iron, and we give each other a piece of ourselves constantly. Constantly we give a piece of ourselves. We make a lot of jokes and we tear shit up constantly. But at the end of the day, we get something from each other constantly. We constantly get something from each other. And that's how villages work, right? I care for you, you care for me. You care for my kid, I care for your kid. I can't see a kid doing something wrong and won't correct them. And I tell you, but I corrected your kid because your kid was out here being a fucking asshole, right? It's togetherness, but that concept is lost. But now remind you, when that concept was already being lost through time, we already went through COVID. So COVID was a hyper fucking separation point. COVID separated everybody to the point where we don't even shake hands anymore, to the point where we just giving each other the pound. Because everybody has germs now. The psychological factors are in work at the same time. So there's not a bonding. There's no more village. There's no more care. There's no more community. It's so individualized now that you could work from home, have everything delivered to you. You don't have to leave your fucking house for a fucking thing. You don't have to buy a car. You don't have to buy a bus pass. You could live inside of your fucking house and not move. And you don't even have to have a house. You could live inside of your apartment, have everything delivered, and work from home. You could buy gym equipment and be fit. You could be big as Arnold Schwarzenegger and never, ever, ever see the sun. Never step your foot on a concrete outside your house. That's how wild in the world we live in.
So, the best way to really analyze something like this is to look at other communities as well. Okay. And if we look at a lot of other communities, when feminism entered the chat, you see their communities are starting to deteriorate the same way. Okay. Maybe not exactly one for one, but when you see feminism going into South Korea, you see feminism going into Japan, you see feminism going into all these different areas, and you see how the society is starting to fall apart. So if we're going to try to figure out where a lot of these problems are originating, while I do agree, it takes two to tango, it takes two to destroy the community. I will say, if I analyze all these other areas and it's feminism, the introduction of feminism, and I don't need a man, and how dare you, man, try to guide me, but then I still demand that you protect me. And we see how those societies are starting to crumble. Their birth rates are low as heck. The women are outwardly just, it's kind of embarrassing, but they don't even register it. They're outwardly saying how they're basically femcells and they can't even get with a man. They wish they could get with a man, but they can't get with one. And it's all rooted in that introduction of feminism. So when you had Black women, and honestly, like when I try to talk about the different origins of things, people misconstrue it as me placing blame elsewhere. It's not that. We can acknowledge where the seeds were planted, but we also can acknowledge that we watered those seeds. So when we had, white women feminism kind of coming up, Black women, and this is something that people don't want to admit, we wanted to be as close to whiteness as possible. So when you had these white women feminists coming up and talking about how they didn't need their man and this, that, and the third, Black women wanting to be in proximity to white women started latching on to a lot of those talking points, started introducing those talking.
Sandra, nuke it all. No, don't stop. Keep nuking this fucking shit.
points into their home. And what we know about Black women is that we're hyperbolic, okay? We do things extra. You give us an inch, we're gonna take a mile. So they had their feminism, we took it to the next mile. And so that's why we see the destruction happening as fast and as, at the scale that it is, because we wanted to be in sisterhood with the white feminists, and then we took it to the extreme. And our home lives, our communities are suffering because of it.
Absolutely correct. This is how it works. Anybody that motherfucking been outside in the streets, anybody that been running around for real, know that you could bag you a bad white bitch. I don't give a fuck who's mad. It's fuck them. You could bag you a bad white bitch, a bad Asian, anybody that's not Black, right? You could cuff it, love it, and do everything for it. While she's with you, she will adopt, let's say, urban culture, cornrows, learn how to cook the food. She will adapt at any fucking time to appease you, because at that point, she's the love of your life, right? At that point, she fucks with you. She could switch it off like this and go back to being a complete clanswoman, and nobody would never fucking know. Go back to being a complete racist. You wouldn't even fucking know. The thing about Black women is Black women don't have the ability to do the same thing. Once you go out there and you swear to God that you out here swirling and fuck Black men and do all this other shit, fair enough. Black men don't give a fuck. But you think you come back to the Black community if it doesn't work out? Let's be fucking real. I know I've fucked them. I've put my fucking pipe in these motherfuckers already for months and years already, and seen them go along the road and have white husbands. I've seen it. I'm not telling you nothing I don't fucking know, to be honest and true. The woman that fucking Jeezy married, the Asian one from the talk show, right? She said she likes dark meat. Proud as fuck. Are y'all not? Are we losing the simple? Jenny Mai. Thank you. Jenny Mai said this shit plain as fuck out her fucking mouth. I like my fucking pipe to be black and long and fat and thick. I'm being okay. All right, I'm being an asshole. But let's be real. She turned around and had white husbands before that. You think she wasn't fucking Black dudes while she was married to these white dudes? They have the ability to switch it up. Black women do not have the same fucking ability to switch this shit the fuck up. I don't comprehend where Black women feel like they have the same range. Sandra just fucking said it. Y'all jacked some shit that was not even in your fucking lane to be jacking, and got left out there butt naked outside. So now guess what the fuck you can't do? You can't turn around and come back. So guess what the fuck you do? You keep running that fucking race. Ignorant as fuck, knowing goddamn well you fucking wrong. Knowing in the deep parts of your fucking heart, you can't fucking stop it. Because guess what? You cast your fucking lot. But guess what? God already said, don't be fucking lukewarm, be hot or be motherfucking cold. I guess you made your fucking choice.
They want comfort. They don't want solutions.
And you know that brings me. Anybody else want to rebuttal that or add to that or to what she said before we move on?
I'll say a small rebuttal to that. I totally agree that feminism is the problem, and like she said, just going like hardcore feminism where you're just all the way to the left on, you know, women need to be equal to men. And if you pay attention to these women, they don't want to be feminists because the moment that a check comes to the table, they think the man is supposed to pay for the bill. So they're not hardcore feminists. These women are just brainwashed, and they're brainwashed to be used against men. That's all it is. They wanted to tax them and use them against men, and they're the perfect people for the government to use. And then when women that don't subscribe to that tell them like, hey, you know, men are cool, men are awesome, they're like, no, we hate men. You know, so I think that the whole brainwashing of the woman and making her feel like that she has to equal up to a man, even though women and men, we just
like, share, subscribe, dog. Cause I'm banging this whole shit the fuck.
Provide different value. It's not the same. It's never going to look the same. And you know, you don't go like have problems and think, let me go find a woman. That's just not what it is. We're going like if you're with a man and something happens, you're going to look at him. He's not going to look at you. He's not even gonna, he's going to look at you to make sure you're okay. He's not going to look at you to be like, okay, what are we doing? No, you're going to look at him, and that's just what it is. And it's okay for men to be great in those areas. It doesn't take away from a woman's greatness. And I think that's what they believe, that if they are not feminists, that they're not pro woman. Because I used to believe that. Like you don't want to.
I did too.
Women to have their rights. I used to believe that. I used to believe that. Of course, I'm feminist. I'm woman. Why wouldn't I be? And that's kind of how it's set up for them. They're set up to believe exactly that. So, yeah.
I thought it just meant girl power in the beginning. Like, and then when I learned a little bit more about it and I was educating myself, I was like, oh, well, that's bad. Well, and then I found this other word called womanist. And I got that from, I guess that was the Black woman's term for feminism. And that didn't, you know, somebody had to point that out to me too. So then I'm like, well, what am I? And they were like, you're a woman. Like, you're just a woman, and you don't subscribe to any ideology. You do you. Like, you don't have to be a girl's girl, or you don't have to fight for girl power. You know, you get your husband, you get your children, you do, that's what you do. And yeah, you know, thankfully I have uncles and my dad, you know, when I have these outlandish thoughts, you know, reading Harper's Bazaar or Vogue magazine, you take those little questionnaires in the book. And I think that's how they grab you in to indoctrinate you to be like a girl's girl or a feminist or a womanist. And it's a crock of bull. But yeah, I started out the same way in college thinking this is girl's power, and it's not.
What? How many times have I fucking told you this thing
about it, and I was educating myself? I was like, oh, well, that's bad. Well, and then I found this other word called womanist, and I got that from, I guess that was the Black woman's term for feminism. And that didn't, you know, somebody had to point that out to me too. So then I'm like, well, what am I? And they were like, you're a woman. Like, you're just a woman, and you don't subscribe to any ideology. You do you. Like, you don't have to be a girl's girl, or you don't have to fight for girl power. You know, you get your husband, you get your children, you do, that's what you do. And yeah, you know, thankfully I have uncles and my dad, you know, when I have these outlandish thoughts, you know, reading Harper's Bazaar or Vogue magazine, you take those little questionnaires in the book. And I think that's how they grab you in to indoctrinate you to be like a girl's girl or a feminist or a womanist. And it's a crock of bull. But yeah, I started out the same way in college thinking this is girl's power, and it's not.
And fucking, I've said this shit so many fucking times here. It is so fucking relieving to hear Rose say this fucking shit. I've told you there is no fucking course in colleges about fucking men. But there's a fucking course about woman fucking studies. Y'all thought I was off my fucking rock. I live with it.
Yes,
What's crazy about feminism is that they literally put all the eggs in the basket of what a man can do. So it's like, I'm valuable if I'm able to do what a man can do. But I'm like, isn't that inherently anti-woman? Like, we have things that are about us that are specific to us that a man literally for the life of him will never be able to do. But instead of, you know, appreciating that aspect of us, that aspect of being a woman, instead of doing that, no, we only have value if we're doing what a man can do. So in a sense, feminism, and I could be wrong here, but feminism to me is actually misogyny. It's actually that.
You ain't wrong. Nah. Sandra, you're right. It's a fucking great mixture of perversion and hypocritical behavior. You are absolutely correct. Shout out to Sandra. You Chinese, black, curly-haired, glasses-wearing woman.
Hatred of women, because you guys literally, not you guys, but they literally are demonizing the very things that are inherently woman. That just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because to live in the essence of what the Almighty Creator, God, Jesus, Brahma, Shiva, Buddha, Jah, Yahweh, whatever y'all want to walk it down as, that in itself is fucked. I need to be disrespectful. I need to disrespect the given thing to me. But you would disrespect your womanness, but you would hyper emphasize your blackness. Fucker.
Also pushing like those men that want to be women, and then they're trying to replace them with replace us with them.
I like Sandra here. Yeah, Sandra here be going. Sandra here be going all the time though. I don't even know what she's doing with her hair. Sandra, we need to have a conversation about hair. We need to have a conversation. You got like a Chinese face, black woman skin, curly. You got like Dominican black hair, maybe Trinidadian hair, to be honest, and glasses. You know what? We need to do a deep dive on you. We need to figure out what you got going on over there.
I don't know. So yeah, it's like they trying to completely shut us out and make us non-existent.
That part.
Oh, and the lips and the mouth. The mouth and the cheekbones is what gives it away. I'm on to you.
That part.
Don't nobody want them, him wrestling my daughter.
Did y'all see where the that lady at Planet Fitness, she there was a guy she found in the bathroom, and she told him about it, and they had canceled her membership.
Yep. Oh, that's crazy.
Like,
Yeah, I seen when
him over her.
Yeah, I seen when that girl lost that title over that. Was it Miss Strong competition?
Yeah.
Looking like they can pick up Cadillacs and Buicks. That was crazy. that looked like that man just went in there and went to the salon and got a hair color. It was like, I'm about to join the women's side. Like,
no, I was like, how the heck they couldn't tell that was a guy? Because I'm like, how often do you see a woman that tall?
Yeah. That's ridiculous. And you
Dies. You being a hiatus. You being a little weird on the height game now. I don't want to call you a ism or ist. All right, relax. You hear me?
You would think that the feminists would be the ones, hardcore going against that, but
right.
They call women that do that, oh, you're a TERF. You're a TERF. Like,
How you know that they're not doing it because they truly believe it and they're just going with the movement and they're just going along with what they're told to.
Love. I absolutely agree, dog. Oh, bruh. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Like, I don't think they even think about, like, okay, where did this come from? Like, even when, you talk about abortion and stuff, like, if you really want to talk about the feminist movement, they used to have to, like, protest so they didn't get sterilized, right? So if you have a baby and you had a baby and it wasn't with the father of your kids, they would think that you were like mentally ill and they would try to sterilize you so you wouldn't have kids. They had sterilization camps all over the United States. And, you would think that these women with that type of history, that they would be like, we want to fight for our reproductive rights,
Right.
So it's actually all inverted and they can't see because it's all based off of emotion. All of it is emotion, not.
Okay, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done because now the shit I've been fucking telling y'all for the longest time, she just said the word. It's cool to have these fucking things being said. I haven't fucking seen this thing until the later part of it. I already admitted to that. I jumped into this fucking pod and the later portion of it. When I jumped into the pod, Sandra wasn't even there. It was a later portion and I sent Dee. Do your thing, sweetheart. She just said the fucking word that's fucking true to the fucking core of these things. It's invert.
Like,
No, I was like, how the heck they couldn't tell that was a guy? Because I'm like, how often do you see a woman that tall?
Yeah.
Yeah,
ridiculous. And you
I don't know who this fucking girl is. Carmen JC, whoever the fuck you are, I would love to have a fucking conversation with you. Simply, and we can talk about anything. Because clearly you got a bunch of fucking sense. Clearly, you have transcended this fucking this grime time paradigm that they want everybody to be soaked and drunken. They want everybody to be drunken and soaked into this fuckery. And clearly you have transcended that. And clearly you have, I don't know if you read, I don't know what the fuck it is. I would love to have a conversation with you. FDNHT, this is Trin. Somebody send this out. We link. But either way, big salute to you. What's up, Red?
would think that the feminists would be the ones, hardcore going against that, but they call women that do that, oh, you're a TERF. You're a TERF. Like you're a TERF.
That's how you know that they're not doing it because they truly believe it and they're just going with the movement and they're just going along with what they're told to. Like, I don't think they even think about like, okay, where did this come from? Like, even when, you talk about abortion and stuff, like if you really want to talk about the feminist movement, they used to have to like protest so they didn't get sterilized, right? So if you have a baby and you had a baby and it wasn't with the father of your kids, they would think that you were like mentally ill and they would try to sterilize you so you wouldn't have kids. They had sterilization camps all over the United States. And, you would think that these women with that type of history that they would be like, we want to fight for our reproductive rights,
Right.
So it's actually all inverted and they can't see because it's all based off emotion. All of it is emotion. None of it is logical. And that's why you don't need women to do these type of things. That's why women don't lead because look what they follow. They follow emotions and how they feel and what makes them feel good at this is why women are not meant to be in certain positions. This is why when they get degrees, they go get psychology degrees and they want to get, social work and stuff like that. And then they wonder why they don't have any money,
Yeah, you're right.
Fair.
Yeah.
Definitely fair.
It was,
They want to be men until they actually have to do what men do. That's another thing. It's like y'all mentioned it. Y'all spoke to it earlier. You want control. You don't want equality. You want control. You want to be able to say that you're just exactly what they're doing. You want to say that you're better than men. You can do everything better than a man. You want to be like a man. But if men are expected to pay all the bills and be masculine and all of this, why are they so selective in their manly roles? Why is it that you only want to do certain things, but the other things you don't want to do when that's what men would do? So why y'all complain? My thing is this. It trips me out because my mind just be boggling. I'm just like, how in the world, you expect all of these things from a man, and then complain when you don't get it, but then you in the same breath say these men aren't men. It's a bunch of foolery, and when you really listen to it, I get tired of hearing it sometimes because it just doesn't make any sense. The expectations that a lot of these women have, and the things that they look for in a man, and then how they turn around and try to denigrate men and put men down and say you got to make 6 figures, you got to have all these things. When a lot of them, they act like a man, want to be a man, but you don't even have the things that you're requiring a man that a man should have.
That part.
Go ahead.
Damn it, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, relax. But no, keep nuking that shit, dog. Keep fucking nuking that shit. This is where you don't ever stop nuking some shit, right? They be like, well, you overkill. No. Drop every motherfucking thing. Release the payload. Send everything for the send it all in. Dee Dee, do not stop. Love, do not. I think you got a little southern accent. I think I'm hearing a little bit Louisiana, but I could be wrong. Either way, moving on. Send the fucking nukes. Send everybody to fucking, because this is why. When things need to be, when we at the fucking absolute zero, max the fuck up. Because the reality is this. Shit ain't finna be fucking better. This fucking game that motherfuckers want to play, and this snap. Yo, who the fuck? When we watched the other day, right? When the government daddy said, we finna act funny with the money, honey. People got real bummy, didn't they? Bummy as fuck. Bummy as fuck. You know why? Because there was no community around them, G. That's why. I get it. Things are being destroyed on all ends. That's not the fucking point I'm arguing. But imagine having a husband, a boyfriend that work and take care of the house, that bring home the check, make sure you good, make sure the house is good, bills are paid, groceries in the house, roof on the head, clothes on your back. Imagine those simple things already squared away. Then you don't have a fucking argument when Trump and them say, well, we finna act funny with the money, honey. It doesn't affect you. Listen and go back and watch the people who fucking cried and bitched and fucking complained. They have no fucking what the fucking YN say now? Motion? They don't got no fucking motion with them. No. They don't got no fucking, they don't have nothing going on.
First thing they say is he ain't a man, but they walking around here looking like cabbage patches that didn't want rogue with the big old iron hooks in the nose and the, y'all out of shape, y'all leaning one side, y'all ain't smell good no more. I say this all the time. I remember my aunties and them smell like white diamonds and rapture and stuff. Y'all, these women don't smell like nothing. They smell like hot steel. Like they don't even smell like anything.
Yeah, Queen, she definitely look like a Creole. She definitely look like one of my peoples,
Y'all don't do y'all hair no more. Y'all make excuses. Y'all don't get yourself together until y'all get divorced, until you break up with your man. I mean, we are over it. And y'all call us not a girls, with y'all trauma bonding. That's all that is. Nobody want to join that little negative little trauma bonding group. Come on now.
So they want men to trauma bond with them. It seems to be like you want a man to sit by. This is what I said before. They want men to be, even though you complain about a sassy feminine man, you want a man to be half masculine and half feminine. You want him to sit down and kumbaya with you and trauma bond, as you say. And then on the other hand, you want him to work hard and pay all the bills and do everything masculine, be ready to fight for you and do all this other stuff. It just don't make sense.
Until Halle Berry got to pay.
Nuke it. Dee Dee, keep nuking this shit. You're absolutely right. Keep sending the fucking nuke. We already at fucking ground zero. Why lay up now? Fuck it. Burn this shit the fuck down.
Then everybody's gonna fall out the car on the freeway.
But what kind of relationship works where you get all the benefits and none of the responsibility?
Right.
Like that is so immature.
Yeah. It's extremely predatory.
It's like, grow up.
Exactly. It's like if you're in a relationship with somebody, you should want to give, not just take.
Right.
I can never understand that. That's why, a lot of the women, when I hear them talk, I'm like, you're dealing with somebody or you're going on dates with people you don't even like.
Right.
Because, if you truly like that person, it's going to bring you joy to cook for them. It's going to bring you joy to serve them a plate. It's going to bring you joy to do these things. You're not going to be sitting over here, oh, he's got me working like a slave because I'm boiling water in the kitchen. Half these bros can't even cook. They talking about it's slavery to cook and clean. You can't even cook. You heating up hot pockets in the oven. Stop playing. That's not no damn cooking. So it's just crazy.
They don't mind being slaves for their corporation.
But you see, but you see, Sandra, this is where the issue lies in. When you feed them fuckery, and then you make sure that they get extra lazy because they don't have to work or do anything else, right? Microwave lifestyle is absolutely the dysfunction of labor, right? I could take a flour, put the flour, sift the flour in a sifter, 2 eggs, crack 2 eggs, baking soda, vanilla, cinnamon, mix it up, Now what I have to do is put it in the oven. And I have to wait. I have to wait to see my labor become the product of what the fuck I've done. Now, today, it's a bag, dump it in there, water, mix it. You can microwave that bitch and you have a whole fucking cake. There is no work ethic built into any fucking thing anymore. You don't have to work to receive the fucking benefit. It can happen immediately. Simple as this. Go to the library and talk to the librarian. How weird ass. So she could tell you, you gotta go down and walk 50 feet away because she gives you the card. And you gotta go track it down. You see what I mean? And then when you get to the aisle, you still gotta go figure it the fuck out. Hence the reason why a bitch will run around this motherfucker looking fine as fuck. People like, damn, this bitch like 120 pounds, but her ass is like 80 pounds. Where the fuck that come from? BBL. She ain't fucking go. She ain't work. Psycho. It's not about doing anything in progression. It's about I want it today. I want it now, and this is how I'm gonna get it. This sick psychological shit in society today is fucking nasty and it's destructive as fuck. Because nobody is gonna sit here and work to actually achieve the most simplest thing. Instant fucking noodles. Canned soups. I didn't grow up eating canned soup. My granny made soup with fucking labor. I watched my granny mash fucking potatoes and carrots. We live in a fucked up world. But the people who will suffer the absolute most will be the Black people who can never, ever, ever unify themselves to stand as a front and get shit fucking done.
Though they don't mind putting on some clothes and getting just right and covering up to go to work.
But a lot of the women who speak like that, they're not even in relationships. And a lot of them have never been in any type of serious relationship. You know, they're just saying what the sisterhood, the Bonnie crew members are telling them to say, and they're just running with it. They don't. Some of them don't even have the experience. They don't even know. A lot of, I always say it's, if y'all, if you watch my channel, I always say, listen, relationships and marriages is work. They're work. You don't just get into it and think that it's just going to be easy breezy because the man is supposed to do everything that you say. And, in terms of relationships and marriages, you got to put in work. It's a, give and take. It's not just you sit back and he cater to you. Yeah. This is why I shake my head when I see a lot of these women speaking on relationships and marriages and what a man should do, but you never hear what they should do. So it's that unequal. I mean, it's not even a balance. It's just like they just think that a man is just supposed to cater to them, and that's it. And if he's not catering to you, he's trash.
Because the same argument is this: happy wife, happy life. There's no entertainment for the man, because a man was already told as a boy when we was grown and was being raised that you work hard, find a wife, make children, and you take care of them. I've not heard another fucking story from a woman that said she was told to say, be modest, don't be a fucking whore, Find a husband find a quality man. Don't be a BMs. Nothing. Take care of your family and comprehend the value of cooking and the labors of love. I've never in my entire life, I've watched my fucking granny and my auntie do it for me. I've seen the value and the labor of love, without a doubt. But I've never heard somebody else say, I was raised and I was taught these things in the modern world. Remember, I'm talking about my granny and my aunties, them. They old. My granny, rest in peace, Big G. Love you for life. You know. Never have I heard a woman say, I was taught to be this way with my man. And it happens, sure. I'm positive it happens. But why is that not the most prevalent argument, the most prevalent statement? If the man is going to go outside, protect you and die for you, does that not reserve a little bit of reverence? No? Okay.
This relationship doesn't serve me anymore, so I'm moving on to the next. That's just how it is.
You know what it is? It's because they've never seen it in their lives. That's what it is. They've never seen it. They've only seen their mothers tricking from person to person. They've never seen a real man in their lives. And that's why they don't know what a real man act like. And that is the truth. They don't have fathers. Their father never gave them anything. Because if your father gave you stuff, you wouldn't be so thirsty to go ask somebody for something. And you would be, even that much of a boss babe or a boss bitch, however you want to put it. If you got it on your own, you wouldn't need men. And that's the real gag there. The gag is y'all ain't never seen a healthy relationship in your lives. That's why you can't freaking get it. That's why you can't obtain it. And why you require so much, because you've seen your mother or your sister or your grandmother or your auntie, you've seen them tricking off with dudes, switching different dudes out, asking them for money, being losers. And guess what? You became a loser. That's what it is. That is what it is. You guys just are recycling losers, okay? Y'all pushing losers out. The baby is a loser before he even have a chance in his life because you are a loser. Not the baby. The baby. I mean, statistically, the baby is more times than not going to be a loser.
Right.
I mean, we saw what happened in Chicago with that woman that was trying to walk her kids home from school, and hyenas chased her down and attacked her. They weren't even really teenage age at that point. It was like 11-year-olds, 8-year-olds, maybe one 13-year-old, and they were acting like full-blown thugs. Yeah. And not even that, I've seen there was this one hyena of a mother, and she had her little toddler out here with a rap career.
Sandra, relax. We start thugging from a young age. You hear me? Don't be talking about thug business. You hear me? You don't put an age on thuggery.
And he's talking about guns, talking about relations, that. It's just, you're absolutely right. That loser mentality, that loser behavior, it has infiltrated so much throughout our community. And it's to the point where a lot of our people, and I hate to say this, a lot of our people have pride in being losers. They sit over here and defend. They will defend being a loser to the day they die. And I'm just sitting over here like, wow. And you really see this, and I don't want to, veer too often to this because I know we're talking about relationships, but you really see this when we talk about racism. It's like, you get on the subject and you're like, well, the white man did this, and so I can't do this. And I'm like, why are you giving all your power and agency to the what? I thought you were an autonomous adult. Don't you have choices you can make? But no, it's the white man. It's this, it's this. I'm like, that is loser behavior because you're not taking any agency, any ownership over your choices. And that's the part that really gets me. And it affects every area of our life, our relationships, the way we're raising our kids, and the way we're showing up in the world.
Well, Carmen was saying that, the children are.
Sandra, you need to calm the fuck down. You need to take a Xanax and a Perky and relax. You cannot come out here in these fucking YouTube streets and talk that shit. We not going for it. You hear me? Calm your Chinese glasses, curly hair, whatever, high cheekbone, full lips. Calm that shit down.
losers before, before they grow up, right? And so then Sandra, you mentioned Chicago. Did you see when they had that?
Yeah. Sandra the ambient.
I guess rally at the school after the fight happened and everyone was rallying behind the mother, that there was a man that tried to come out and like talk to the women, and the women were ready to tear him to shreds, and he ended up leaving. And so the mothers that came out, to the school to say, what is happening with our children, they were out there acting as ratchet as the children were acting the day they beat the woman up with her children. So like that is more of an example of why we say it's the women's fault, because they should have come out there very humbly, like, what can we do to help? And instead it was, it's the school's fault. The school should have done more. And when the guy was trying to say it starts with the families at home, they totally dismissed him.
Yeah, and that's something that they always do, those particular women, because there's no accountability, and we talk about that all the time. When I talk about it starts at home, and the fact that a lot of these are single mother-led households, that's when they lose their mind. Their head spins around like Reagan from the Exorcist. It's like, no, you don't want to accept the fact that this starts at home, and a lot of these children are out here with this type of behavior because they don't have stable parents who are raising them. It's always, in my opinion, going to go back to the home. The teachings or the lack thereof from your parents. And because these are unstable households, you get unstable children. You get unstable, this is the outcome of that. And so when we talk about these things, to me, it always goes back to the upbringing. It started at home. Who raised you? Were their fathers in the home? Were there, two stable parents? And that's something a lot of people don't want to accept because they don't have it and they weren't raised in it and they didn't create it. So now they're just like, pushing back against it because they don't want to make any changes or accept that is a part of the real part of the problem. So
yeah. And you seen them mothers is acting like live Chucky dolls. This is what I always say. When you got daughters, I see it all the time, daughters back mouthing their fathers, talking crazy to them. And I always say to the mom, how you think she's gonna talk to me? How you think she's gonna come out in the world? Everybody's not gonna treat her like y'all treat her.
Right.
Y'all about to set this girl up. She's about to come out here and get rocked and boated. Like, there's no princess treatment. Like they want, these women, they want good, they want an award for bad behavior. It ain't happening.
And see, here's the thing. And this is another part, a lot of these mothers are setting their daughters up to fail on purpose. You can't convince me. There are a lot of mothers that are in competition with their daughters. And so they will raise them to be hyenas because, if you grow up and you make all these poor decisions and you see.
No. Sandra, no. Hey, yo, what the fuck we about to do is what they go. Quick fucking spinning. Sandra is not about to do this to me. No. Quick spinning. I'm about to get a refreshie and what? Yo, Spinny, we running right. Sandra, I refuse. No. No. I said hell no. I said no. Sandra. I said no. Sandra, what?
Their life is in disarray. then a lot of
the upbringing. It started at home. Who raised you? Were their fathers in the home? Were there, two stable parents? And that's something a lot of people don't want to accept because they don't have it and they weren't raised in it and they didn't create it. So now they're just like, pushing back against it because they don't want to make any changes or accept that is a part of the real part of the problem. So
yeah. And you seen them mothers is acting like live chippy dolls. This is what I always say. When you got daughters, I see it all the time. Daughters back mouthing their fathers, talking crazy to them. And I always say to the mom, how you think she's gonna talk to me? How you think she's gonna come out in the world? Everybody's not gonna treat her like y'all treat her.
Right.
Y'all about to set this girl up. She's about to come out here and get rocked and boated. Like there's no princess treatment. Like they want, these women, they want good, they want an award for bad behavior. It ain't happening.
And see, here's the thing. And this is another part. A lot of these mothers are setting their daughters up to fail on purpose. You can't convince me. There are a lot of mothers that are in competition with their daughters, and so they will raise them.
Don't you ever say this again. And your natural Chinese, black, curly haired, high cheekbone, glasses wearing ass ever say this again. Because you about to cross into a territory. You're about to cross into a territory that I don't even know you really want to cross into. You about to go into the borderlands. I'm not saying you're wrong. I know you're right. But let's talk about trio fours raising trio fours. Then if you got a younger version of yourself that behaves like you, then wouldn't the block select the younger version of you? So then would you not have to be aware of you being washed the fuck out the game? Don't listen to me. I'm the crazy person.
To be hyenas because if you grow up and you make all these poor decisions and you see your life is in disarray, then a lot of people, what they'll try to do is rationalize it and make themselves feel better about it. So if I see that other women or the younger women are making the same mistakes that I'm making, then it's not that I'm a bad person. It's not that I'm stupid. It's not that I'm crazy as hell. No, it's just, this is how society is. It's just how women are. It's not that it was me and my choices. No, because they have comfort in numbers. So you have a lot of women that will go out of their way to raise their children to be exactly like them or worse. And then that gives them comfort in how piss poor their lives turn out to be.
Right. And when we talk about,
and that is how you kick the perfect field goal. Between y'all smoking this shit. Y'all are getting down
about the degeneracy amongst women in our communities. What do you guys think about? I'm always saying you guys. What do y'all think about the culture of Sexy Red, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, all of this that these women are flocking behind and praising? Are these the individuals who are raising these young women, or do you think that this is what their influence, who their influences are, and who's raising them, and this is partly why they are the way that they are, and acting the way that they're acting? Do you think that social media and celebrity and rap culture and all of this has a lot to do with it?
Yes, simply because we've been through that cycle in ourselves already. So when we decided to be GBs, right, and go outside the house, it was culturally cool. So now when we look back at it, also there was Lil Kim. Lil Kim did exist. There was Foxy Brown. They did exist. The difference is these things are exacerbated. So like even when you talk about my numero uno is DMX, pound for pound. that was the darker part of, let's say, rap music. It was real dark. It was real grimy, gritty rap music, right? That shit is fucking kindergarten compared to what the fuck is going on today. These motherfuckers talking about really loading things up and doing things. And furthermore, these things are being put inside of fucking courthouses. These things are being so the more the degeneracy is more praise. So, perfect example. Like I brought up the Sodom and Gomorrah story. The more degenerate you could be, is the more popular you could absolutely be, which will be loading them shits up, sliding blocks, being butt naked on whatever it takes, right? The other argument I have is this is not specifically their choices. This is them selling themselves the same way when feminism kicked off, Black women and jumped into that fucking thing that had nothing to do with them because they felt like they needed to be a part of it, and then white women jumped out of it and left them holding the bag. The one of the craziest Ponzi schemes, one of the craziest social emo Ponzi schemes ever. Is it what it is? Trin, you know we love. Yeah, for sure. I'm the first. Tree fitting. I'm the first person to say that hoes is extremely important to the ecosystem.
It definitely does. Sexy Red, Cardi B, those are women who cannot be led. And they're like the lead singers, and the modern women are the backup singers. Like they're going right behind them.
Yes, I'm literally seeing 14-year-olds out here getting BBLs and nails and all different weird type of stuff.
I just saw a little girl getting long nails, and I was so sad watching it happen. And even the lady that was doing her nails didn't want to do it because, like, her cuticles are so perfect, and they know what's going to happen when they put those nails on. And she couldn't have been more than 9 years old, y'all. Like, I get like wanting to do the Leon press-on nails that we used to get from like CVS or Walmart, but to do like a real full set where they're drilling it down, I was just looking like, wow.
Okay, Rose, I'm trying to give me an age now.
This is really sad, but mom had nails out to here, a bust down. I just kept my head down, kept my headphones on. Like, let me just mind my own business. But that's going to breed more of the same.
The moms are friends with the daughters. They're not momming. They're over there trying to be a friend.
I mean, yeah, there was this salon nail tech. She didn't want to do the little boys.
I was just going to bring that up too. I was going to say that was related.
So I'm like, the next generation is cooked. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know. It's just if this is what's raising our future, it's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm. See, it's also intentions. It's also intentions, right? You have a lot of these moms that are wanting to do all this for the internet. So they will have their kid out here, their daughters or their sons out here looking a damn mess because they know it garners views. Everyone loves to watch a freak show. And that's the part that we don't ever want to admit. That's why when we see crazy stuff, we like to stare. That's why, thumbnails that look wild as hell, they make you want to click on them because that's just an inner thing where we just like to see a freak show. And we all know deep down inside, whether or not folks want to admit it, but when you see little girls dressed like 3 or 4 dressed like their 3 or 4 mothers, it's a freak show. And so that's why a lot of people are clicking on those profiles, they're watching it, and these mothers are doing it on purpose. They are literally sacrificing their child's childhood in order to get likes on social media, in order to get ad rev on whatever website it is. So they're offering their children up to the slaughter, just like how you have some parents that are coercing their sons into being trans, putting, girl clothes on them. It's all for the purposes of virtue signaling and then also getting views and kudo points. Because, oh my God, your son is trans. Look at you. You're so inclusive. Oh my God. Like they're doing it for all of this false admiration. And then, it continues to snowball and it inspires other kids because then you have kids that They get the phone and their parents just let them scroll. And so they see another little girl dressed like that. And they're like, oh, I want to look like that. So whereas we used to look up to like, you know, the girls on Disney Channel where they would have like the scarves and the, you know, it looks real tacky, but it's age appropriate. It's for a child where we would look up to that and want to dress like that. No, they're looking up to little girls in crop tops and booty shorts and long fingernails and weaves. And it's going to continue to breed that dysfunction.
Right.
Yeah, we need some leadership from men
We're the
until
fathers,
women
right,
are
the
cool with
fathers.
that, until they're ready to bow down and get with the program. I mean, this year I will say,
Sandra, what are you doing? What are you doing? Calm down. Calm down. You are fucking correct. When you say fucking bombs over Baghdad and Tart, dog. This is the shit I keep fucking talking about in small pieces. Sandra, go to bed. Take your black Chinese ass to sleep. I think Chinese, that might be racist, but Asian. Take your black Asian ass to sleep. No. You are absolutely on the marker. Yo. I'm not even an hour into this. I'm not even an hour. I'm not even into an hour watching this fucking show. This is fucking flames. This is flames. Yo, dog. Everybody, go watch this fucking show. This is flames. This is the real deal. Sandra touched on some shit just now that's fucking crucial. But Sandra, you know what? I'm gonna bang your line soon. I'll bang your line. Wow. I didn't even know. I was not aware that this happened. Because I told you, I jumped in on the later part of the fucking the pod. I want to say shout out to Dee Dee for sure for hosting this monster cast. This is the monster cast that you put off, Dee Dee. And this is your first one? Well, fuck me. Sideways. You pulled a monster. Rose, I know Rose is from IG. I didn't know she had a channel. I never known Anna, and I never known Carmen. But yes, I'll know them today. I know Dies long head ass. And I know Sandra. Yo, this is FDNHT, dog. This is gonna be a two-piece. This has to be a two-piece. This has to be a two-piece. I thought I was gonna be able to blast through this. No, I cannot blast through this. This is real woman talking. And it's just talking. It isn't like these fucking these controversial panels. It isn't drama built. It isn't fucking it ain't that fucking over talking and no, dog. this is how people actually kind of supposed to talk. And if Dee Dee pulled this shit off on the onesies, it's a bunch of fucking women. I guess we gotta have a different conversation about the other panels, right? When you look at these panels and these motherfuckers want to talk and all other conversation. Me and Red and Magneto and Severe and Rick we talk about shit constantly. And it's the same way. Respectful, polite. But we are men. But to see these women come in here and display themselves like this, super respectful, hyper feminine, this is the fucking standard, dog. Dee Dee, you set the standard. Dee Dee, you want it or you don't want it, sweetheart? You set the fucking standard. Dee Dee, you are the fucking standard. You are the standard now. In my eyes, you are the fucking standard for how conversations should be. I know I'm thinking what you're thinking in a sense, but you have the standard. And it's your house. Handle how you need to handle. You hear me? But this is, I have to do it. I have to. Dee Dee, I gotta split this into. Y'all going crazy. This is dope as fuck. This is dope. Let me bang the fuck out. Let y'all have a good night. Peace, power, and prosperity, especially to the gang, to the village. You heard? He and I is him. Slim trim, but I'm always built to win. I am Granny's baby. I am numero uno. Make sure. Don't be finicky about it, right? There's no finicky. Be standard, right? Be absolutely sure that you train today like the marathon is tomorrow. Because life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Love yourself so you can love the people that's around you. And take care of yourself. You can take care of the people that is around you. Yo. You know it's a love thing all the time.